A world transformed, imagining the unimaginable. What if we woke up tomorrow and Antarctica was gone? Not the continent itself, of course, but the vast icy realm that covers it. Imagine a world where overnight trillions of tons of ice vanish into the oceans. It sounds like the plot of a disaster movie, a fictional nightmare we can safely ignore, but the reality is far more unsettling. Antarctica's ice is melting at an alarming rate, and the consequences of its disappearance would be catastrophic. The very geography of our planet would be redrawn. Coastal cities, home to billions, would be swallowed by the rising seas. Entire ecosystems would be thrown into disarray, leaving a trail of extinction in their wake. The global climate, already reeling from human activity, would be pushed further towards a dangerous tipping point. While the complete melting of Antarctica's ice overnight is unlikely, it serves as a stark reminder of what's at stake. The gradual loss of this frozen continent, even at a slower pace, will have profound and irreversible effects on our world. This is not a distant threat, but a pressing crisis that demands our immediate attention. The most immediate and visible impact of Antarctica's ice vanishing would be the dramatic rise in sea levels. Scientists estimate that if all the ice on the southern continent melted, global sea levels would rise by a staggering 60 to 65 meters. To put that in perspective, imagine a 6-story building submerged beneath the waves. This is the scale of devastation we are facing. Coastal cities, many of them densely populated and economically vital, would be the first casualties. New York, London, Shanghai, Tokyo, all would disappear beneath the waves, along with countless smaller towns and villages. Millions upon millions of people would be displaced, their homes and livelihoods lost to the encroaching sea. The human cost of such a disaster is almost unimaginable, but the impact would extend far beyond the initial flooding. The intrusion of salt water into freshwater sources would contaminate drinking water supplies and decimate agricultural land. The displacement of populations would lead to mass migrations, straining resources and triggering social unrest. The world, as we know it, would be irrevocably altered. The melting of Antarctica's ice would send shockwaves through the natural world. The sudden influx of fresh water into the oceans would disrupt ocean currents, which play a vital role in regulating global climate and marine ecosystems. The delicate balance of temperature and salinity that supports marine life would be thrown into disarray, leading to widespread species loss. On land, the effects would be equally devastating. Rising sea levels would inundate coastal habitats, destroying crucial breeding grounds for birds, fish, and other wildlife. The loss of these ecosystems would have cascading effects throughout the food chain, leading to further extinctions and disrupting the delicate balance of nature. The natural world, already under immense pressure from human activity, would be pushed to the brink of collapse. The economic fallout from the disappearance of Antarctica's ice would be nothing short of catastrophic. The loss of coastal cities, which are hubs of global commerce and finance, would send shockwaves through the global economy. Trillions of dollars in assets would be wiped out, leading to a financial crisis that would dwarf anything we have ever seen. The insurance industry would be overwhelmed by claims, likely leading to its collapse. Governments would face unprecedented challenges in trying to relocate and care for millions of displaced citizens. The cost of rebuilding infrastructure and adapting to a drastically altered world would be astronomical, placing an unbearable burden on already strained economies. The very foundations of our globalized world would crumble, leaving behind a legacy of economic hardship and instability. Section 5. A climate in crisis, the long shadow of the flood. The melting of Antarctica's ice wouldn't just raise sea levels, it would also have profound and long-lasting effects on the global climate. The massive influx of fresh water into the oceans would disrupt ocean currents, which play a crucial role in distributing heat around the planet. This could lead to more extreme weather events such as hurricanes, droughts, and heat waves becoming more frequent and intense. Furthermore, the loss of Antarctica's ice cover would reduce the planet's reflectivity, or albedo. Ice reflects a significant amount of sunlight back into space, helping to regulate global temperatures. With less ice to reflect sunlight, the Earth would absorb more heat. leading to further warming and exacerbating the effects of climate change. The delicate balance of our planet's climate system would be disrupted, with potentially catastrophic consequences for life on Earth. Section 6: Human Cost, a world reshaped by loss. Beyond the economic and environmental devastation, the disappearance of Antarctica's ice would have a profound impact on the human psyche. The loss of entire cities, the displacement of billions, and the constant threat of extreme weather events would create a pervasive sense of loss, fear, and uncertainty. The world we once knew, with its familiar coastlines and predictable seasons, would be gone forever. The social fabric of our societies would be tested as never before. Competition for dwindling resources, coupled with mass migrations and social upheaval, could lead to conflict and instability. The very values of cooperation, empathy, and compassion that underpin a just and equitable society would be challenged in the face of such adversity. The world after the flood would be a very different place, shaped by loss, displacement, and the constant struggle for survival. Section 7: A call to action averting the Antarctic apocalypse. The scenario we have explored, while hypothetical in its immediacy, paints a stark and sobering picture of the future we face if we fail to address the climate crisis. While the complete melting of Antarctica's ice overnight is unlikely, the gradual loss of this frozen continent is a very real and present danger. The consequences, as we have seen, would be catastrophic, but this is not a time for despair, but for action. We have the knowledge, the tools, and the resources to avert the worst-case scenarios. By transitioning to clean energy sources, reducing our carbon footprint, and investing in sustainable practices, we can slow the rate of global warming and protect vulnerable ecosystems like Antarctica. Section 8: Like and subscribe. If you're concerned about the future of our planet and want to stay informed about the climate crisis, please like this video and subscribe to our channel for more content like this. Together we can make a difference. Section 9: The future in our hands, choosing our fate. The fate of Antarctica, and indeed the future of our planet, hangs in the balance. The choices we make today will determine whether we leave behind a habitable world for future generations or a legacy of irreversible damage. The time for complacency is over. We must act now with urgency and determination to avert the climate crisis and preserve the delicate balance of our planet. The melting of Antarctica's ice is a stark reminder of the interconnectedness of our world. What happens in one corner of the globe has repercussions for us all. It is a call to action, a plea for global cooperation, and a shared commitment to safeguarding our planet for future generations. The time to act is now, before it's too late.